That is some good stuff right there. Anybody play this yesterday? You don't really get a cleaner. Don't get much cleaner than that, you know? Both show. Where's everybody else today? Let's get this thing going. Um, Bam. All right, all right. Let me make sure everybody gets in okay. What up? Dude, let's shred. All right, good morning. What's up? What we doing? Armando, ¿cómo está? Oh man, yeah, this was a juicy one. I was just going over some runners from yesterday. You had all sorts of goodies here. You know what? These retail stocks, they this year, like they've always stunk to trade, but this year they've been moving like so much, just so much better, right? They really have. It's an interesting one because like throughout my career, at least since 2008, they've been untradeable. Like they've not been really anything you can do. So it's nice to see. They don't do much volume, but they have just like the right amount of ATRs and stuff. All right, let me see what you guys are watching. Armando, what do you have? Mr. Hagen, what do you got? Findog, what do you got? All right, cool. Let's get to fucking work. Hey, we got a flat open today. Guys, be mindful today. We could just have a huge today we could have just a huge sausage party because you have the big stuff tomorrow, right? So you have Feds tomorrow, right? So you got the FOMC, you've got all sorts of inflation stuff. So you've got tomorrow is like that's the big boy. So we may, I think personally, this is how usually it happens. You know, you may get some action the first couple hours, and then you get a lot of kind of positioning and stuff like that. And so we'll just have to be mindful of that. You don't always get like the cleanest thing. Now, on the other side of things, if we're just looking, at the general market, there's nothing really to write home about. Everything looks still pretty solid. You know, if you're looking at longer, intermediate, and short-term trends, obviously your longer-term trend is still much, much higher. On a short-term basis too, short and intermediate terms, you can see here, right? You have still like a really powerful short and intermediate term uptrend. And so you have really some alignment so far in terms of, where the market is in relation to trends, right? You have short, intermediate term trends are up, and the long-term primary trend is up too. And that's the kind of Goldilocks spot where you get some really, really good trading. When your long-term and short-term trends align, you have like a really, really good sweet spot. And you see that like, for example, right, like yesterday, you just see so much heat at the open when it's a healthy market when you get like opening dips and then they just like rip off, right? They just rip like a mother. That's what you want to see, right? When you see weakness in stocks and they just get bought up, then that's telling you, right, that the market is giving us that Goldilocks type of zone where you can swing trade, you can day trade, really your strategy basket opens up. And what I mean by strategy basket is, right, we have a playbook of trades and setups that we utilize, but they can only be utilized in certain markets, a lot of them, right? Right now, you're in the spot of the market where really like your whole playbook is open and you get the best shorts are in this type of market too, because you get the overextended parabolic shorts, the best shorts, the best longs, the swings, everything kind of aligns. Cryptos, right? You have that kind of rush to speculation. So you've got all this kind of goodness happening. So let's get to work here. I don't think there's much to write home about on the actual indexes. We may get some weakness. We may chop around. So far, we're just kind of holding over some breakout spots. And, we've had a nice run off the kind of dip last week. We'll see. Right now, we're just in a little bit of a box, but we'll be coming out of that box pretty soon. Now, on the other side of things, the IWM did have a bounce day, an oversold kind of rubber band bounce day. Now it's gapping back down. This is just in a little bit of a more of a downtrend. And so you may see like a little bit more limited market breadth. What I mean by more limited market breadth is, right, you're still getting action primarily through a handful of sectors, right? You have your magnificent sevens, and then you have your semiconductors and a handful of, larger names that have, good earnings and stuff like that. But it is a little bit of a narrow market, and that's okay. You're just not getting much of this. And of course, the GME stuff didn't help any of this either. So you're kind of getting this, right? Short, intermediate, term trends are down, and the long-term trend is flat on this. And so there's really just nothing to do on, that aspect of things. If you want to go and trade the heat, you just trade, right, the handful of things that are working. We know semis are working, right? We know the large caps are working. And there are quite a few of micro caps still running around, right? The small bombers are still working. So just different things to kind of keep in mind as we go through these indexes. Let's take a look at market breadth real quick here. So if you look at market breadth, this is the T2108, the T2107. Hold on here. So if you look here, percentage stocks are the 40-day moving average are at kind of a 40%. So just middling market breadth. And in terms of breakouts, this is something we want to be tracking. Breakouts versus breakdowns are pretty much even of recent. And so that's where you're getting that kind of like middling response in a majority of stocks. You just have a flat market breadth. There's not really a breadth increase, but not really a decrease, right, in terms of breakdowns either. You're just kind of evened out. And so it's a little bit of a stock picker's market. That's okay. Like still got tons of heat, but you just got to be focused on the sectors that are working, the themes that are working. There are themes that are working, right? These kind of penny stocks have been going. Semiconductors have been going. You got a whole host of other stuff. Birdman, welcome back. Let's take a look at the earnings plays, the gappers, and let's see if we can dig out a little bit of some fun. Cool. All right, let's take a look at these gappers, and let me just check around and see, make sure we're not missing any news pieces for today. What day is it today? Anybody remember? Tuesday. All right. Good. Let's take a look. We got not really any heat in the pre-market so far. AISP, junk, right? You don't got much in there. Shoals. This is a solar company. Let me see what we got going on here. Solars have been hot. So this is something, when you see stocks that are starting to bottom and you start to see gaps in PRs on them, you do want to kind of just research a little bit of what the heck is going down. It looks like they've done a share repurchase, $150 million. Not bad. $150 million. And the reason I'm interested in this, normally I would not trade something like this, but right, we had a nice run in ENPH yesterday. You had a really kind of solid trend on this bad boy. And, this thing it's been farting a lot, but it's been gearing up for a breakout at some point. It had a nasty Friday and then a complete reversal. And you got a run and run. So you have also a breakout that's been setting up on this one. So when you see something like this Shoals, that's probably a little bit up our alley. Let's see if the liquidity holds in this bad boy, and then we're gonna get this party going. So let's add this bad boy. Boom. All right. Boil. Hey, this is a natural gas ETF. Is not going to do much. You're kind of stuck right at the 200-day moving average. It's been an awesome moving gas. This was bottom picker's paradise here for a little base breakout. Now we'll see how it reacts around here, but I don't think we got anything for it today. DXC, maybe make joint bid for DXC technology, nothing there. So you guys notice, like on any given day, when you look at like earnings plays, gapper plays, right, you usually have so many different things that are moving around. Today, it's dead as a dog, right? You just got nothing. So you only have 4 stocks that are gapping up, right? That's not, and that's kind of telling you, right, that we're just going to be a little bit slow in the pants today, but things will start to kick up once the market opens. Because if you start getting dips on certain names, they just tend to get bought up right now. Let's take a look on the downside, what we got here. Damn, look at this. This might be upper alley a little bit if it gets any liquidity. Court Civic suspends full year guidance after U.S. Immigration Customs Enforcement sends agreement termination. No, so looks like these guys are probably making some money up the government titties, right? Just making a little money up the government titties. Now they're suspending the agreement. Usually when you see something like this, like you can get decimated on some of these, like it's only a $2 billion company. I'm going to add this. It'll probably need to pop at the open, and we definitely need a lot more liquidity. You can't trade if it's just only doing a couple 100,000 shares, but it could come in. So let's add that in. Yext. The Yext fiscal earnings, revenue falls, guidance set, acquisition, restructuring announced, shares drop. Yeah, this thing is a run there. Yeah, if you don't mind trading kind of $3-4 stock, you can definitely roll with that. Zim, the trend is starting to reverse on this one. You see down 10% on this. Anybody get the news on this bad boy? Let me see. Oh, China shipping stocks, including Costco shipping, took a hit with some down. Nothing specific to point out. Blah, blah, blah. It doesn't have anything in specific. Hey, let's add it for now. I'll come back to that. Space Mobile. UBS raises Space Mobile price target 13 from 7, maintains a buy. Oh, thanks, Ernie. Damn. Ernie come in clutch with the fucking big. Thank you. ASTS, 10 million shares of Class A, Form S3. Damn, these fuckers are diluting. Of shocker. It might actually get bought up. They're diluting 10 million shares. It's a smart move on their end because they were just at $2. I mean, you kind of have to. It's not really having much reaction yet. I like the overall picture of this stock. It may need to consolidate a little bit more. Yeah, I'm not sure we got anything there. Junk. Yeah, crypto. So look, guys, crypto's getting hit. Crypto's getting hit. I didn't see any news in this either, but it just looks like it's a failed breakout at this point. Now we'll see how it reacts around these levels here. So let's take a look at the actual Bitcoin, not the ETS here. Hold on here. It's not the end of the world if you're just pulling back just a tad. Hold on one sec. Where's my catfish? There we go. All right. Yeah, it's not necessarily a failed breakout. It's just a pullback so far. But you do want to be careful here. If you start breaking under the 50-day moving average, you may be stuck in the chop zone range for quite some time. We are at the lower Bollinger Band, so we actually might get some footing there. We're going to get probably some footing somewhere in here. Usually if you stretch that lower Bollinger Band on Bitcoin and you get the 50-day moving average, you'll get probably a nice bounce. Almost every time Bitcoin kind of breaks below the lower Bollinger Band, it tends to rip back. You can see here. So I look around. I'd set some alerts for somewhere in the zone. And, we might probably try for a little bit of bounce. You're starting to get oversold too on the stochastics. I think we're in a good sweet spot. It's better to kind of hit it this way than try to chase it up anyways. So not much to see yet. Yeah, not much to see yet. And the shitty part is, like, this damn coin's gapping down so much you can't even, you can't even really do much to it because it's going to be gapping down right into support. So it's a little bit more of a leave alone at this moment. We do have a big spot on CLSK, and this stock and company is just a huge, massive, gelatinous turd anyways. So you do have a big spot out at the 15 and then 14 on CLSK that could roll over. So if we need a short, we could come in hot on this bad boy. It does a lot of volume. It did 44 million shares yesterday. So we've got a spot right there. So I would add this to the short list. If these cryptos keep getting flushed out, then for the next couple thousand points, maybe 3,000 more points, let's add that. Obviously, I love shorting Mara. It's sitting right at the 50-day moving average. The one thing with Mars, you can never chase it down. Like, you want to let it spike up and then it kind of fizzles out. It doesn't necessarily work well if you try to chase it low. Let me see. Armando's mentioned a PR on a firm. Ooh. You can see a firm is a longer term downtrend that it's starting to test. There's not really a specific name for this kind of pattern. Some people call it wedges, but in the end, it's bottoming out, right? So Apple announced that Affirm Holding payment products are expected to be available to Apple Pay users. That ain't so bad. Let me see. This could be up our alley here. So if you look here, announce Affirm Holdings expect to be an Apple Pay users in the United States. This will enable the users checking out online in the app with Apple Pay on the iPhone to pay over time. Yo, there's nothing more American than paying over time. All right? There's nothing more American than paying over time while you're sitting in line at Chick-fil-A. Like, I'm at Chick-fil-A waiting to get my sandwich, buying shit on Apple Pay with a little pay over time. Hey, I'm into it. Let's add this. This is probably top of the list. Ooh, let's add this bad boy. Got a little pop so far. Let's see if it holds. It's not doing too much liquidity yet. It might have already been. That news has been kind of filtering in and out for a while, but we'll see what's up if it holds. This 34.25 will be important. All right. Yeah, TOS has been buggy. Hey, Lana, what's going on? Cool. All right, let's see what else we got over here. Hey, Brian, what up, baby? So, economic calendar, blah, 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 junk. Maybe this thing, maybe these two things. Sometimes you get a couple candles worth of stuff, but nothing too crazy. No Fed speakers during their quiet period. Boom, 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 boom. Natural gas, junk, crude oil, junk. Top shareholder meetings, nothing here. Stock splits, junk. Dun, 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 dun. Yeah, it's a slow day out in the news world. That's good. All right, cool. So let's get into the watch list then. Let's go into this. So I have a couple of things that I want to probably try to pull off since we got a flat open. The market, my guess is the indexes do stay like this for the time. But what I want to do, we have a handful of like still really, really good chart, right? So we got this Qualcomm here, right? You're building a nice, happy-go-lucky flag on this one. I think you got a 210-ish trigger. 210-ish trigger. Now, Qualcomm moves a little bit slow. So if you do it, you may want to just come in and probably do the options on it. You could probably get the 212 contracts or something like that. They're going to be like $1 and some change. That'll usually goose this thing up. Hey, buddy, you guys want to see my son? Hold on. Batu. Hey. No, don't look at the screens. They're not good for you. I'm gonna eat you up. I'm gonna eat you up. Batu, say hi. I love you, Mr. Sweet Boy. Oh. You're not so bad either, babe. All right, now look. ARM, this has been a big trender so far. Let's watch this one for a red to green. If we take out this range, I think we're gonna get ourselves a little bit of zesty. The other thing I want to do, watch any spikes. Watch any spikes on Tesla. It does this a lot. You don't want to chase it down because it's been a grinder and you got too much support here. But watch if you get any kind of $4, $5 spike on this bad boy, we want to take this down into Thursday. So you have Tesla pay package vote on Thursday, all right? And they're going to approve either Elon Musk's 50-something billion package or not, right? And so there's going to be all this jockeying going in. But basically what's happening, nobody's going to take the risk of holding on to it if he doesn't get it, right? Because Elon Musk throws tantrums all the time, right? You might just disappear for 4 months and, you know, be like, where's fucking Elon Musk? So you never know. So you see all these spikes that have been fading. See these wicks here? You're getting intraday spikes and then they're fading off. Intraday spikes and they're fading off. Intraday spikes are fading off. Intraday spikes are fading off. Intraday spikes are fading off. You get what I'm saying? So any kind of spike, if we got into 176, you know, 176 to 178, somewhere in the zone, we got a nice spike. We take this bad boy down. All right. So I like this one, but you don't want to short it on support. So look, if it gets rugged at the open, right? If it gets rugged at the open, do not chase it down. Normally we do that, but you've got the 50-day moving average at 172.06, right? And it's getting defended, right? They'll put the algos on that bad boy right there. So you don't want to get into any of that spot. So into pops, we're good. Closer to 180, the better. Do not chase it low because 172 is the box, right? The bottom of the box. We're just in a little bit of a box. Let's keep that going. Good. All right. I think I was able to log on to TOS. Hold on. Let me try. Maybe not. Guess not. All right. Let me see, Sean, what you got. Sell H. Hey, you know what? I'm into the Sell H. So Sean mentioned Sell H. This thing was $100. There's a couple of hit pieces out, probably put out by Pepsi or somebody, that their green tea extract is causing cancer. And one guy did die from it. He drank too much from the green tea. I don't know. That's not funny, but you do have this, but you're sitting right on support. The 9 EMA is at 73. Let's watch this one, see how it holds and builds at 66. Yeah, there's multiple pieces of literature out on it. Armando, they got this thing called coffee. It ain't so bad either, baby. You may have to go into that. I like it. Let's watch and see how this acts here. Let me see what else you got. Crocs. Yo, Crocs had a huge day yesterday, huh? So kind of coming out of this. That's a good looking stock right there. Good. A&F I like. I was looking at this from yesterday. A little bit more of a swing stock, but look, this 180 break was huge. This 180 break was huge. Any tapbacks on that is probably viable too, but you got a nice sweet spot over there. Dang, where was the JMIA alert yesterday, huh? It's good for you, Armando. Don't worry about it. Hey, where was Armando? Where was the JMIA alert yesterday? Yo, that was nice. I would keep this, guys. This is like if you like smaller names, but not necessarily so small where it's considered like a micro cap or something like that. This JMIA is gonna be A-okay. You could probably roll with it. You got a key breakout over here. I wouldn't chase it up, but let it pull back a little bit, and see how it marinates. I think you should be going to go. Snow did have a big insider buy today. I believe it was, let me see here. I believe it was some millions of dollars. Top insider purchases after hours, 100K. Director purchase 76,200. Not bad. And $131. That's a lot of monies. Now the chart itself stinks, right? So that's the catch 24 on this. It's like, yeah, okay, some guy bought, $10 million worth, but it's a big gelatinous, smelly piece of excrement. Not only that, but it's also, about to test its IPO lows. I think that's probably the good spot to try it. The other thing, what's weird about Snow, so you're in this AI phase of the market where you just mention AI and these stocks go, right? Snow is like a data mining AI kind of thing. How they can't even move a little bit is kind of pathetic. Even old SoundCloud, right? Put some, hey, we got AI in our products and it had its day, right? Like everybody had its day except sound. Think our shit is the worst. Yeah, I'm not sure. Yeah, 50-50 on this one. Let's take a look at these other crypto stocks. I want to go through this one more time because I think some of these are going to go. By the way, this ASO, this one's not bad. Academy Sports and Outdoors. I don't know if I want my sporting goods store to be called Academy Sports and Outdoors. This is, I believe, earnings. Let's add this. On a slim day, we may not have much choice. All right, she got down about 5%. Yo, Big Five's got BGFV got bought out. BGFV got bought out. Let's add this for now. Not sexy, probably more of a C plus. There are no A pluses out today. It's slower than a goose's caboose. So AMD, this 160 is a huge spot. I've seen this thing dump off so many times off this 160. I'd hate to short it right on here because it loves to just kind of rip off there. You see, I've seen this so many times. Like it gets there and then whoof. It gets there and whoof. It's an inflection point. You can trade around it. I don't know if it fades off into it. Okay, let's take a look at these big boys here real quick. So AMD, this 160 is an inflection point, right? Test, 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 test. You know, that may be the support spot to see if it, oftentimes it tests it and then rips right back. So you can trade around that. Google is basing out. Google is basing out for a breakout 178. I mean, you're right up on it. I'd keep an alert right around here. Like if you start to see this thing push, let's go to an hourly chart here real quick. Yeah, you got it right. Sweet spot. Tesla. Remember, any pop, 177, 178, I want to take that down. Apple. Yeah, it gets shemangled after the Apple event. It always does that, though, so I wouldn't read too much into that. Yeah, it's at the breakout spot, but it really needs like a little bit more. It needs a little bit more juice. Yo, anybody see a weird spike on? I don't know how to get rid of the spike filter. Yeah, my NVIDIA been active. It's got a weird spike on it. Amazon at the top of the range. Hey, if we need a short, if you need a short later on, say the market pushes and you get this Amazon breaks the top of the Bollinger Band, the stochastics are at 88. If you get one more push into here and we need a short, right, with the FOMC coming, then we can take down this Amazon. You can see this is the hourly chart. What I usually like to do is let it break under the EMAs on the hourly before I try to do an extended short. That gives you a good sweet spot. Then you can take it down. Netflix is gearing up for a breakout. You can just see here, just kind of marinating. Microsoft's got a similar look. It's just a little grindy McGee. You can see here, it's just kind of riding up on the 20 EMA on the hourly. This 430 will be big. If you're looking at ARM, I think ARM and some of these other semis we want to keep on watch today for sure. They were so hot yesterday. They were red hot yesterday. So watch for the red to green in the 142. And obviously MU, key breakout yesterday. Like that one we want to be, that one we definitely want to be watching. Qualcomm. Hell yeah, yeah. Good. Hey, it was good to see everybody in class yesterday. It was good to see everybody in class yesterday. Guys, old students, new students, remember you guys have lifetime access to Trading Boot Camp. You guys got to keep, dude, you want to keep coming in. You want to keep coming in, right? Make sure you add yourself. You know, we're using this school thing now, but everything is super organized in the classes. You got the recordings, you know, you got master classes on every single thing is modular based now, notes, everything that you need. Like there's not a single thing that is not all set up with notes, modules, all of this kind of fun stuff. And every resource, study guide, trade recaps, you know, it's all in here. Set up vault, step-by-step instructions. What do you do after boot camp? You know, all of this kind of stuff. So you guys are in a good spot over there. And then always check the calendar. So it'll be 9 a.m. live trading, 8 p.m. class, and then just click in. You'll have all the links that you need. You can add it to your calendar, so on and so forth. And guys, you can remember, you always have lifetime access to class. So you want to be, you know, you want to be coming in. And yeah, I got a few new surprises for this class too in terms of the content. Yeah, Noah, come right back in. Just go on the Bulls on Wall Street homepage. Tell Kevin, we get you right. We add you right back. Hey Todd, how you doing? You know, I think GME is probably due for a little bit of a dead cat bounce, but I do believe it would be most likely a dead cat bounce unless there's some significant piece of news out. Because you know, once a chart's been broken, it's just hard to get it. It's hard to re-goose it, right? So I do think I wouldn't be surprised to see a 28.30 spot on it. You know it, Tarun. You know how I don't like giving out people slides and notes. Makes them lazy, but I added a few for everybody. It's like my greatest joy. For 15 years, people have been buying that class, and then can I get the slides? It's like, no. You cannot. Okay. Let's get our 6 windows going, guys. Yeah, I think you keep Dell too if you want. Taiwan Semiconductor was red hot yesterday. Qualcomm. Hey, these solars were hot yesterday. I'd keep run some of these other ones. Yeah, I think they're holding. Let's do a couple semis, a couple this. Oh, one more to add. One more that I like that I want to add. Add this AI. Big, nice candle yesterday. Hell yeah. A big trender on this one. We want to, let's keep an eye on that. All right, let's get our 6 windows going. And guys, next couple days, it's very important. Stay in the chat room. I'll be, you know, I'll be guiding you guys as, you know, through when the FOMC and everything's going on. So make sure you stay in the chat. We get in the boom boom room and do what we got to do, which is the do. All right.